Hello everyone, welcome to Abhyas Ias Academy. This is the fourth important lecture with regard to the schemes for 2026 UPSC CSC examination prelims. Already we have done 3 lectures on the schemes, nearly completed 20 schemes, and today we are having 10 more. With that we are going to cover around 70 schemes. Whatever we are doing here in the class, it is enough for the examination and you can easily score. The schemes which does not have much of the content, much of the relevance to our examination has been discussed in 2-3 points, which is enough. The schemes which are having importance and lot of relevance to our syllabus and subject, we have discussed that scheme in length. So I want to give you a very good and broader clarity with regard to the number of schemes that we have launched that should not be aware of it. Okay, so today we'll be talking about Board of Peace. It is international relation current affairs. So they may ask you one simple question here in Board of Peace, whether India is a member or not. This is the first question that you are going to get. And for your surprising thing, India is not a member of Board of Peace. This point you have to remember. And Board of Peace is constituted for what purpose? To solve the land dispute between Thailand and Cambodia, to solve the Indus Water Treaty between India and Pakistan, to solve the issues with regard to Russia and Ukraine war. For what purpose this Board of Peace has been constituted and for which countries this Board of Peace has been constituted. So this is the second point they may ask you in the examination, and your answer should be Board of Peace is constituted in order to rehabilitate, reconstruct and redevelop the Palestine. Okay, remember this point. Board of Peace is constituted for the purpose of development and the ceasefire of what? Palestine. Remember this point, which includes Palestine is divided into two geographically distinct parts. One which is close to the ocean, we call them as West Bank. Another which is close to the land area, we call them as Gaza. So Palestine is having two territories. One is Gaza, another one is what? West Bank. This Board of Peace has been constituted in order to rehabilitate, redevelop, reconstruct what? Palestinian region. Second point. The third point here is which country has actually initiated this particular step. Very, very important. So you have to understand this point. It has not been introduced or promoted by India. It has been promoted by US government. Okay, it is the US who has given the idea. Another important feature, that is the fourth point that you have to remember under the Board of Peace, is whether Pakistan is a member or not. It means yes. So they may ask you in the examination, both India and Pakistan are not a part of Board of Peace. It is wrong. Pakistan is a part of Board of Peace, but not India. This is the fourth point you have to remember. And the fifth point, they may ask you whether this Board of Peace is formal organization or an informal institution. Any organization, any campaign, any mission that comes out of United Nations resolution, we call all such organization, institution, campaigns, mission as formal missions. Okay, whenever countries start a particular project, start a particular mission, then we call it as informal institution or organization. Remember this point. So this Board of Peace has been constituted under the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2803. So in the UPSC 2021, they asked the resolution number also, if you are not aware of this fact. Resolution number, ILO, International Labour Organization, has given new labour codes under which resolution that kind of question has come in UPSC. That's why it is very important that you should be also knowing the numbers with regard to United Nations resolutions. So India attended the Board of Peace inaugural meeting held in Washington DC as an observer. India is not completely detached. India attended the meeting as an observer. Remember this point, but not as a member. What is the main aim of Board of Peace? As I've already told you, to end what? Gaza conflict, which is happening between what? Palestine terrorist organization group Hamas and Israel forces, IDF, Israel Defense Forces. Okay. So in order to make sure that comprehensive plan should be there where the Gaza conflict should not go. So how much of this Board of Peace will work on How many important agendas? 20-point program is there. On 20 points they are going to work, and it is endorsed by United Nations Security Resolution of 2083. 2083. I hope this is clear to you. Board of Peace for Gaza has been done. Okay. Now let us go ahead with NPS, National Pension Scheme, Vatsalya Scheme. Okay. National Pension Scheme, Vatsalya, also called as Vatsalya 2025 by Ministry of Finance. Very, very important. Okay. Who is the regulator of this particular scheme? PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. Okay. So it's a contributory scheme for the minors who are less than 18 years of age. Very, very important under the national pension system. Core objective is to inculcate a habit of early and disciplined long-term savings among children. Children, whatever the kitty banks are there, etc., so and so forth, we should tell them, beta, this is like 100 rupees is there, you can save that 100 rupees in NPS. In future, it will help you like that. So, making them when they are in the 10th class, when they are in 15 years, 16 years, 12 years, 13 years, 17 years, making them the habit of contributing in the national pension system, so that when they grow up, that money will be used for them for the education purpose, for the marriages purpose, for any kind of studies in what? Abroad also. At least that money will be useful to them, right or wrong? Yes. So it is a scheme with the help of which even the minor children can contribute. That scheme is called as Vatsalya scheme. Remember the ministry here, remember the regulator here, remember the age of the person to which this age group with this scheme is applicable. So how beautiful the scheme is there. 1000 rupees they have to contribute, children who are less than 18 years. Means every month 100 rupees also they will put here, that is enough. So 1000 rupees they can contribute, no upper limit is there. So if you are like rich parents, you can open the account in the name of your children and you can also contribute 10,000 per month or 7,000 per month, up to you. You will get returns accordingly. Whenever we talk about pension, the government will also contribute equal amount, we will also contribute. Suppose I contribute 1000 per month, government will also contribute 1000 per month. That will become 2000, and the 2000 will be saved in the bank or any of the securities where you will get interest also. So, so 2000 will become what after a year? 2300 or 2200. Like that, if you go on contributing every 1000 per month, so that you just imagine that the amount will increase exacerbedly. That is very important. This is the second scheme that we have done. Very important, take a note of it. Don't sit idle. Okay. Third is Export Promotion Mission. Launch in November 2025 for 6 years. Whenever a scheme is having the start year and the end year, we call such schemes are time-bound schemes. Financial outlay given to this particular scheme is 25,000 crores. Objective is very simple, to trade, to facilitate finance for MSME and labor-intensive sectors such as textiles. Under this export promotion EPM scheme, you are having two important pillars are there. One is Niryat Protsahan. Under this Niryat Protsahan, Protsahan is nothing but promotion, Niryat is nothing but finance. Okay, here the loan whatever is given, it is given on concessional interest rate. That's why we call such loan as interest subvention loans. Okay, collector guarantee. Okay, e-export credit cards will also be given. Credit cards where you can use for the export purpose. Then we also have Niryat Disha. It's a non-financial scheme. Under this, the MSMEs will be supported to maintain the quality standards that they can export to other countries. They will know that if you want to supply the mangoes to the Germany, what kind of quality standards that you have to maintain, what could be the size, what could be the seeds that you are using, what fertilizers you are using to grow it. So that kind of quality compliances with regard to how to send that mangoes from India to Germany or France whatsoever. So the compliance branding also will be facilitated to you, along with that logistics, means how you are going to transport. The mode of channel will also be given to you. This is all about export promotion scheme. Very good scheme. Under this two categories are there, Niryat Protsahan and also Niryat Disha. Niryat Protsahan is a financial component of the scheme. Niryat Disha, it is a non-financial component of the scheme. Okay, remember. Then let us go ahead in our next scheme. United Nations High Seas Treaty comes into fore. High Seas Treaty is nothing but seas which are very far. After what? economically exclusive zones. After what? Economically exclusive zones, officially known as biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction. So that waters where no country has any jurisdictions, okay, such waters are classified under the High Seas Treaty. No one is there to take care of them. Okay, you know very well that the exclusive economic zones will run from what? Okay, from here to 230 nanomiles, right or wrong? Okay, nautical miles, right? After that, whatever the area is there will not belong to any other country. So that particular seas are left untouched, unobserved, unexplored, unprotected, right or wrong? So that is the reason, in order to make sure that that particular ocean waters also need care. Also need care, this particular scheme has been launched. It is legally binding. All the countries who are a part of it should follow the protocols, cover the ocean zones that lie beyond the national waters. Hence, they are called as high seas and international seabed area. Adopted in 2023 at United Nations Convention Intergovernmental Conference on Beyond Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction. Members, 83 members are there. India signed that agreement but yet not ratified. Highly important point. India signed it but yet not ratified, means it did not get the parliamentary approval, but still India signed it. Okay, they may ask you in the examination that High Seas Treaty is includes both the waters of economically exclusive zones plus the waters which are not a part of territorial jurisdiction. They may ask you like that. So the answer is wrong. Why? Because it includes only the waters that is beyond what? Any of the national jurisdiction. I hope this is clear to you. Now let us go ahead with another scheme, Environmental Protection Fund. It is constituted under the section 16 of Environmental Protection Act of 1986. Okay, and any fund, whenever you read polity, you are having, or economy also, whenever you are reading budget, so you are having three important accounts are there where the government money generally go and sit. Okay, whatever the incomings to the government will be there, that will sit under these three important accounts: Consolidated Fund of India, Public Accounts of India, Contingency Fund of India. Contingency Fund of India, you know very well, it is with the president, so we don't use it until and unless there is an emergency is there. That emergency we have never got, we never used it. Even in the COVID also, we did not use it. Then Consolidated Fund of India, all tax revenues, loans will be there. Fund is nothing but, okay, all funds, whether it is Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, Kosh is nothing but fund, Manarega Fund, National Investment Fund, Environmental Protection Fund, Coal Cess Fund, every fund, cess will go into what? Consolidated Fund of India. But funds, I am saying, all the funds always takes and sit in Public Accounts of India. Corpus accumulates fines under Air Pollution Control Act 1981, Water Act 1974, Environment. Okay, so whatever the fines which you get in Air Pollution Control and Regulation Act, Water Act and Environmental Act, all that fines will be accumulated under what? Environmental Protection Fund. 75% of the funds go to the states, 25% is retained by the central government, used for monitoring networks, site remediation and clean technology and R&D. So this is the Environmental Protection Fund. Now we are having Indian Ocean Naval Symposium is there. Indian Ocean Naval Symposium. Okay, means all the different navies of the different countries will be taking part in this symposium. India assumed the chairmanship of this particular symposium. Very important point for the examination. Okay, it is a voluntary. Those who want to join, they can join. It is not compulsory. Inclusive multilateral forum, 25 nations are part of it. Very important again. Okay, 25 nations who are a part of what? Indian Ocean region. It was established in 2008, initiated by Indian Navy once upon a time in 2008. Objective is very simple. All the 25 nations will coordinate maritime problems, issues and any kind of emergencies. Okay, among the littoral states of Indian Ocean region. Any states which are a part of this Indian Ocean, all of them will be a part of this particular symposium. India assumed the membership, important. Please remember this. Now we are having dedicated rare earth corridors. Rare earth elements are actually not rare in earth. It's not about that you don't find them. The problem with the rare earth elements is you will, the extraction, the production, the refining process of this rare element is what? Very, very costly. That is the reason we call them as rare earth, and they are also called as critical minerals. They are also called as what? Critical minerals, and they are very, very important. If you want to make, okay, mobile phone also, you require what? Motherboard. In motherboard, whatever the elements you are using, the yellow color lines, okay, the transistors, the semiconductors, whatever you are using, the sensors, all of them generally require what? The critical earth minerals. Okay, that's why they are highly important, and India has not even 1% of that reserves. 90% of rare earth elements we import from what? Other countries. So we are in very much deficit with regard to what? This rare earth elements. Union budget 2026 to 2027, the latest budget has given dedicated corridors will be developed in Odisha, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Purpose is very simple. For mining, processing, research and manufacturing of rare earth permanent magnets. So we will try to mine, we will try to remove the unnecessary elements from that particular alloy. We will research on that element, that whether the rare earth element is useful for what purpose. We will research and manufacture of rare earth permanent magnets. Significance, demand is expected to double by 2030 because all of us are going to use what? These gadgets for sure. Rare earth permanent magnets are high strength magnets made from rare earth elements like neodymium, samarium, known for strong and durable magnetism. So widely used in electronic vehicles, wind turbines, our TV, etc., mobile phone electronics, defense, drones and all. Okay, strategically important due to supply concentration, mainly coming from China. If China tomorrow says that we will not give rare earth elements to India, and obviously we have the another routes also. Whenever a country does not directly give us, what do? That country supply to any other country. No, from that we will make what? Imports. But that will become costly or not? Yes. Trying to take directly from China, which is a bordering country, the cost will be anyhow less. Suppose China supply to Vietnam, you are taking from Vietnam. So China will supply to Vietnam distributor, the distributor will give us an increased prices. So that's why our EVs, our electrons will become what? Even what? Costly. Even what? Costly. Getting my point? That's the reason we want this particular mission to go up. The 4 important states are important. Don't forget. Then another important current affair we are having is Prahar strategy. It is India's first national counter-terrorism policy and strategy unveiled by Union Ministry of Home Affairs. Very, very important. Counter-terrorism policy means we do not have a policy for the terrorism. Whenever any terrorist attacks happen, our government will get active and will launch what? Operations, etc., so on and so forth, but we do not have a policy. So Prahar is a policy in order to counter-attack what? Terrorism across the borders. Prahar articulates a 7-pillar framework is there. First of all, prevent the terror attacks. For that purpose, your intelligence should be very, very, very good. Your satellite should be very, very good in order to see that whether the enemy troops are moving near to our border or not. We should be always continuously under surveillance our borders. Okay, so that is first one, prevent the attack. Second one is responses swift and proportionate to the threat posed. So whatever, suppose if 7 terrorists are coming to India, for that purpose you will not bomb the complete area, right or wrong? You have to neutralize the 7 only. So proportionate response is nothing but how much is the threat, that much ammunitions only you have to use. You should not be using what? Heavy one. Okay. Aggregating internal capacities in the whole of the government approach, we will try to increase our capacities with regard to cyber security, with regard to defense manufacturing of what? Sensors, surveillance system, etc., so on and so forth. Human rights and rule of law based processes if the terrorist gets caught. Attenuating the conditions conducive to the terrorism, to stop terrorism. Aligning and shaping the international efforts, making efforts to contribute, to participate, to facilitate or to coordinate with other governments so that we can protect these terrorist attacks. Recovery and resilience through a whole of the society approach. Recovery and resilience with whole of the society approach. This is about today's current affairs and schemes. I'll bring more new ones. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.